know that one motorcycle story you'll tell a million times? You're catching me right in the middle of one of mine. And this chapter would be called, How the Hell Did I Get Here? Like all great motorcycle stories, this one started in my buddy's garage. So let me take you back just a little bit. Yeah, this looks about right. Here we go. I heard from a guy who heard from a guy who told me about this other guy who's selling his vintage bike collection in 2 weeks. So I called this guy up.
Hello?
And I asked him about his vintage bike collection, and he said,
You're just gonna have to come see for yourself.
So I immediately called my friend Brady.
Call from Mike Smith.
Answer. Mike Smith, what's up, dude?
Brady, my dude. Kinda sounds like you're breathing heavy. Is now a good time?
It's always a good time for you, bro. What's happening?
Here's the deal. I heard about this dude who's selling his entire stash of vintage bikes in 2 weeks. Let's hitchhike out to western Nebraska, meet up at this howling coyote statue, buy a couple dirt bikes, and see if we can't ride our way back home. What do you say, bro?
Mike Smith, I've been waiting my whole life for this call, bro. I'm in.
With the smell of fresh two-stroke in the air, we knew we'd reach the promised land. So we moseyed on over to Jim's place, and as you'd expect, he was there to greet us with a big old grin and a wave. He's got more bikes stacked up than you can count. Some looked perfect, 50 years old, frozen in time, and ready to ride. And the others, this is their final resting place. But you know what they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And in a couple weeks, Jim's gonna find out what his is worth. One thing about finding an old dirt bike that has a little gas left in the tank, you don't get to pick the bike picks you. And when it does, you'll know, because X marks the spot.
Do you think we can go out there and run across Nebraska on this thing through cornfields and be good?
They're simple and they lasted. I mean, let's face it, this one's already over 40 years old.
Right.
So it won't let you down.
How long's it been since it ran?
About 4 or 5 years.
I'll throw the fuel on. All right, here goes nothing.
Come on, baby. What the hell? Okay.
Should we check the plug?
And now it's time to hear Jim's story he's told a million times.
Kawasaki, they wanted to get in on the game.
Uh-huh.
And so they bought Maguru out. I believe
And
the first
started
ones were sold here in
making
'64. I have a prototype that was sent here that they used to promote their new 650 motorcycle. And so what they done was they left the Maguru badge on the tank, and then they put a Kawasaki speedometer in it and a seat. So when you're going down the road, you know, it's a Kawasaki. But when '69 come along and they come out with a Kawasaki Mach 1,
Uh-huh.
or Mach 3, excuse me, I mean, they was the top of the heap just
Yeah.
in a few years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They had the fastest bikes out there, no doubt. And
All right, enough about that. Let's move on to the next part of the story.
My sorrows on the open road. I'll run these tires just as far as they go, 'cause I found my home and gravel in a 6-foot hole. Can't keep my soul under a granite stone. When I lay me down to rise no more, they will tell my story where the prairie rolls. That siren till the day I die, and I'll find my home where the prairie rolls.
With every good buddy adventure, there comes that time to go your separate ways. Nothing says adios, amigo, like one last shove. When you find yourself out in the middle of nowhere, out of service, out of gas, and out of road, it doesn't mean that you're out of ideas. It means that you're living that one story you'll tell a million times. And it's in that moment I'm always reminded of my favorite Hunter S. Thompson quote. Life should not be a journey to the grave with the intention of arriving safely in a pretty and well-preserved body, but rather to skid in broadside in a cloud of smoke, thoroughly used up, totally worn out, and loudly proclaiming, "Holy shit, what a ride."
Left all my burdens in a cloud of smoke, buried my sorrows on the